So, welcome to Talk with Bajaj podcast series. And today we have with another guest speaker, Dr. Preeti. And Dr. Preeti is such an amazing lady. And today, about Dr. Preeti, she is author, passionate purpose coach, inspirational speaker, leadership empowerment, advocate for holistic wellness, experts in soft skills training. And she has over 15 plus years of rich experience in teaching, mentoring, and coaching. She's a purpose coach and she is based in holistic coaching and she is doing different yoga sessions as well. And we basically love about this thing like Preeti always work on holistic healing part. So welcome Preeti on this Talk with Bajaj podcast series. And we are so privileged to have you on this show. So you want to share something about yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much, first of all, Shweta, for inviting me on your beautiful show. And I'm highly privileged as well as I'm thankful to talk to a wonderful personality who itself is a life coach, business coach, into Zumba, and also I love about you so many things you're already doing. Yeah, coming back to myself. About me, I have 17 plus years of experience in teaching, mentoring, and all. I'm an author. Author, as in, I have published two books. One book, there is a beautiful story about it in my one of the podcast, which is I am running on YouTube. That is self-made only. I don't do, I don't invite people over there or guests, but I am going to start that also. So in that, I have mentioned my interview is shared there. So the first book was French for beginners, as I have done diploma in French. So I had conducted French sessions, French language sessions. So I created a book. The content and everything was created by me. And the special part is that book I got on the set of KBC, and that too my childhood crush Amitabh Bachchan. He was there in front of me, which was one of my dream, which I manifested and it come true. So I got his autograph. I spoke to him. I had a photo with him, and one book gifted to him also. So that is one of the thing. And the second book is about connecting dots. That is a magical journey of transformation begins here, as our topic is. So I believe transformation. When we all want magic in our life, and we all expect that happens with your actions, with your clarity of goals, and with belief in magic in you as well as in the universe. All these things should align and everything happens automatically.
Wonderful. So today's topic is mental fitness for leaders and transformation. So Preeti, like as you mentioned, you have shared your wonderful experience of your book launches, and it's so true that we can manifest things out. So, according to you, what you think mental fitness is important for leaders as well, like healers as well, like you are a healer, holistic coach.
Yeah, mental fitness is required by each and every person on the universe. Maybe the person who is residing in India or outside India, everyone needs that. And people are not ready to sometimes there is a taboo created, so people are not ready to accept that we need mental fitness or mental awareness is required. But people also agree that they do lots of stuff, and being leader, when you're holding or when you're uh, guiding your team, you're creating a second line, which in your absence also it will work on automation. So that's how your mental fitness is very, very, very much important for leaders. So there are many more elements for that. If you are mentally calm, when you know, like when we talk about being a business coach or being a leadership coach, I keep saying that certain principles, coaching is required not just to employees, but coaching is required to the leaders first, because they are really good, but they want to be best and they can be best by some hand holding. That is, someone should be there to push their limits also, and to push them towards accountability, towards ownership, towards finding out that blind spot. where they got stuck. So that's how mental fitness is required for everyone.
Absolutely, so true. Because nowadays I have seen like people in corporate sector majorly, they are facing mental fatigue, and they want to grow in their level up, but they are not able to do it because of mental fatigue and anxiety. So, Preeti, like in today's scenario, like you are also a coach, you also coach some of the leaders or some people. So, you have seen some people over there that they need mental health counseling or mental fitness coaching, and they do not have resources over there in corporate sector. So for that, what we can do, what is your take on this?
See, basically, everyone knows that they are under pressure, or sometimes they create more pressure for themselves by thinking that I am under pressure, and I have to meet the deadlines, etc. But and they also know that they need some mental coaching and counseling. So, here, when our role comes as a coach, we go there to train the employees, to train the managers and all. In that training itself, we counsel them, or we create some activities. That is, I'll give you the example, practical experience right now. You can hold a mobile in front of you, look in your selfie mode, just look there, as we all are on the gadgets only, and look in your own eyes through your selfie mode and say to yourself, I love you. Just say that. I accept you. Here you means me, myself. This is one of the small basic start wherein you start loving yourself, wherein you become little bit confident, you start feeling good about the environment, you start feeling good under tremendous pressure also, when someone says you, I love you. And here, not someone, you yourself have to say to yourself that you love yourself. That means you're overcoming, or you're ready for a change. You're ready for the pressure. You're ready for each and everything, no matter what may happen. So these things we can inculcate through our trainings or through our day-to-day activities, and see the magic which happens. So then they will understand, yes, this is a part of counseling. And now I can go and I can ask. I'm not asking about mental fitness. I'm asking some activities to be done for that I'll be more positive. Because when we say mental fitness, people won't come. When we say positive attitude, people will come.
Yes, that is so true. And here, self-love is very important, because gratitude for yourself, self-love, which can bring so positivity, positive tone to our own work. So, Preeti, like I have seen, like as you mentioned, self-love is very important. But there is one term called comparison. I have seen people compare in corporate setting, like this person is doing better, this person is doing better. Even in leadership roles, one person
Yeah.
is performing well, other person, why I am also, I have to do it, I have to do it best out of that. So one person comparing other person, like he is better or she is better, how to stop that, how to control that? Is it common? What do you think?
Yeah. First of all, it is very, very common. And that tendency is difficult to all of a sudden change in a day. As we know, Rome was not built in a day. So, similarly, this comparison can stop once when we start doing this activity. This was just an intro, you can say, a teaser to change yourself or to stop from comparison. Like that, when we know, first of all, you can write down what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. And when you list it down, just keep telling yourself, yes, I am lacking over here. I need to improve. So, how I am going to improve? By improving my skills. Where will I get those skills? I need to find out those areas. I need to approach them. And I'll just competing with me. The moment you will start competing with your own self, and you will become day by day better and better and better. This is how you can overcome the comparison problem. And then people will, instead of you thinking, people will start saying, Arey, he is far more better, or she is far more better than me.
Yes, people get
That's how
inspired
we
from
can,
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is so true. So, if we talk about these leadership roles, so there are so many leaders, like there are levels of leaders. So, for every leader, there is a manager. When this management is a skill. So, for that, what tips you will give? Like, in your coaching experience, you have coached some of the leaders. So, what you have guide them, like how to maintain their mindset proper, balanced mindset like that.
First is when being a leader, if you want to enhance your team, first thing you have to do is keep telling them, you, I am valuable, but you are valuable. How you're going to add value to the company, how company is going to add value to you. That if these graphs or these parameters are clear for them, they will start getting value in that. They will start feeling good, and slowly, the grudges, the complaints, the problems will start reducing. This is one thing the leaders can do. Second thing is have the role play. If the person is not able to understand, you don't have to every time shout or dictate and get the things done. Give the role play to that person. एक दिन का CM kind of, so एक घंटे का CM बना दो and see what are the problems the person is facing. Then they will understand on their own. The answers will be open up by their themselves, and that's how it will be clear. And next moment they will start listening to you, and they will start following to your guidance. And this is how the pressure will also be reduced. You understand by stepping into the other's shoes, and the role is clear, or the problems are seen, and you feel, I'm much more better. The position where I'm actually enjoying without less pressure than the position the person is. And this is how the problems will start solving it.
Yes, role
These
play.
are some of the tips you can see.
Yes, role play is a wonderful actually idea and wonderful tip that everyone can use so that to understand the problem and the solution to bring on the table. So wonderful. So like you are holistic coach, I am also holistic coach, and we understand holistic balance is important. Where mental health, physical health, spiritual health, and everything is very important. Now, if we talk about mental fitness, see now digital well-being is also very important, and social media and every digital platform is booming right now and increasing clutter in our brains, like
Right.
digital media and digital so much toxic content maybe we are consuming. So for that, what do you think, like digital platforms, actually it is contrast, like it is digital is for good thing, but also some bad side if we say, it also affecting on our mental fitness. So what do you think? Like nowadays, 6 o'clock, when everything is work from home, everything is hybrid mode, corporate sector or leaders are doing. So it also affected mental fitness. What do you think?
Absolutely. It has affected mental fitness. And that's why, because, first you used to work for 8 hours when you used to reach office. But now those 8 hours have got converted into 18 hours of work because of online and offline. So, okay, now you can attend online meeting. You don't have to come over here. So we'll arrange meeting in the evening, that is 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, and that's how we can go forward. Digital detoxification or mental fitness, what we can do is, yes, it is not possible to take off every week and to go somewhere and to detox yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. So what you can do on your day to day basis, you can have the practice called as, at least by 9 o'clock, the moment you are taking your dinner, or your whatever is the time for your dinner, after that you should stop or you can keep your mobile on silent somewhere else, and you should be away somewhere else. That is one of the way to detox. Scrolling will stop. Scrolling on social media, on Instagram, on YouTube will stop. Give that Spend that beautiful time with your hobby by either give do read some books like 5 pages or so, or you can say have a good talk with your family members, like interesting, have some comedy show, or you can say jokes or mimicry or something like that. Something like that you should be indulged. You can have a timetable, play carom, play chess for half an hour, for 15 minutes. That is also kind of things which will help you in your day to day life. Not daily, I do understand. So you can either spend time with books, you can spend time with plants. Early morning, you can start with plants, spending time there by 15 minutes or 20 minutes, as we don't have time in our day to day life because there is so many things to be done. So this is how you can do that.
Yes, means like focusing on hobbies or focusing, giving some time other than digital gadgets. And wonderful line
Yeah.
you had shared, like 8 hour work become 18-hour work. Nowadays, it's like long time we are spending, and work-life balance is sometime, it's not there. And like other than that, when we talk about physical fitness, mental fitness is there. Now, I think there are two, sides of one coin. If we are focusing on mental fitness, physical fitness is also important for leaders, or people who are working in corporate settings or work from home. So how it is important and what they can do, if in your opinion you want to share, because you are also training yoga and in Zumba. That's why I just asked this question.
Physical fitness, I keep saying on my in my podcast, as well as on whatever reels I make and which I upload on Instagram. In our day-to-day life, it's superb, and to maintain also is very easy. Simple. I know people are lazy, they won't join gym and all. Most of the people, they are ready to give excuse, maybe because of work, because of family, because of other commitments. But at least being at home after your dinner, at least have 10 rounds in your home itself, so you don't have to go out in the rain, or like Mumbai, we are facing that rains and all those muddy places and all. So, but at least at home, you can have that walking. With walking, physical fitness and mental fitness can be aligned both. Walk and listen to the music. That is one of the way. Or if you can manage going in the morning, early morning jogging, either you do some yoga, you spend 5 minutes of meditation, in the sense just close your eyes, either you chant omkar or anything whatever you like, or else you just close your eyes and listen to the soothing music and just sit 5 minutes. That's enough. Very important. Another beautiful way of physical and mental fitness is grounding yourself. Go there out, टच, वो बोलते हैं ना धरती का टच बहुत जरूरी है. तो वो मिट्टी का टच होना बहुत जरूरी है. वो कैसे होगा? बाय ग्राउंडिंग योरसेल्फ. जस्ट गो आउट विद द नेचर. नाउ नेचर इन द सेंस, in your society compound itself, there might be a garden. Go there on that green grass, stand for 5 minutes or walk for 5 minutes. That is also enough for you, for maintaining your health or balancing your health. So these are some of the tips which are very easy to do, and very easy to inculcate in our day to day life. Hope so people start following some of them.
Right. And here, if we talk about grounding exercise, people sometimes say like nowadays in big cities, grass is not there. Parks are not there. How can I find out these grounding exercise? So what do you think? What do you suggest them then?
See, yes, big societies, grass is not there, but big societies, they have a small part of garden, which they call very small area. Few plants you will find over there.
Acha.
At least go touch, be with them for 5 minutes. That is only one option left. And you can plant some, you can have some plants in your balcony or somewhere. So and at least start watering them. These will help you.
Yes. Terrace
These are
garden.
also some of the,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Small gardens, small plants, because it also help nature as well, environment as well, to keep, balance environment and nature. So, Preeti, like you are coaching some of your clients. So, who are your clients? Like, what are you coaching? What is your coaching methodology or something you can share?
Yeah, my clients are corporates basically. SME owners are there, so I do one-on-one coaching also. I do corporate trainings. I do retreats. Retreats is for 3 days. They're not just mental health, but yes, we work on mindset. We work on to know or to discover yourself in a better version. That is goal setting and all also are the part of that, as well as some business strategy, because being a business owner you need to work on growing your business. If you're spending 3 days, some output is required, so that is a part of retreat. And the another vertical is called as picnics. This is the monsoon time for all the companies. At least in Mumbai, I have seen there is a culture that we people go take the organizations organize picnics for their employees, so that picnics are can be converted into learning and training by creating it as outbound activities. So that's what we do. So that is one of my vertical. So wherein we hire some group of people, those will help you in adventurous activities. So there will be a fun games with adventure, which you have not done in your day-to-day life, and you crave for your, you think for, but you may not get the chance. So that thing, plus why and what are the things you learn from that. So analysis of those activities in a fun way. So that is learning, training, and picnic. So that's one of the things which we had designed. And about coaching methodologies, there are various methods. Every company needs a customized, tailored program based on their challenges which they are facing. Challenges like communication skills, what should be the script when we are dealing with customers to convert them into sales, how we can do that. Or so the training goes from 3 months to 6 months at least minimum for that one particular organization. Whereas you can call it as personality development, you can call some of the types of training which I do conduct as behavioral training, emotional intelligence, as my thesis subject is emotional intelligence of employees at workplace.
Mhm.
So I believe, whether people agree or not, AI, the world is of AI, but that AI had come because of EI. So AI took birth from EI. That is what I would like to say. There were some emotions, there were certain things which we need to trigger and we had converted through machines and through automation, so which are helping us in our day-to-day life. But that doesn't mean that we don't have emotions and we are totally practical. That is a myth people have, that they think that they are practical oriented. But behind that practicality, some emotions might have got hurt, some emotions might have got stuck, and we need to help them to work on those and make it in a positive way for their growth and success in their life.
Channelize in the right direction. That is wonderful. So, Preeti, like how you find out those corporates and how means you find out like these corporates have these kinds of problem and this thing is not working well for this company. So, how you find out and help them?
See, basically, Shweta, I'm a BNI member too, and I am a member in many of the organizations right now. Like we have women organizations, women entrepreneurs. So I am connected to certain places. So because of that, networking happens. And second thing is how to find out when we talk to a person, I come to know, okay, there are some challenges, but then I tell that business owner or the head of the organization that I would like to come and meet the people. So I do TNA, that is training need analysis. After doing need analysis, I mean, in that need analysis, I talk to the people. That's how I come to know with certain set of questions.
Mhm.
By asking that, whatever answers I'm getting from each person, I can figure out what are the actual challenges they are having, what are the and what are the challenges people are looking from outside. That they feel this is the challenge, but this is not the challenge. The challenge is much more deeper inside. So the challenge is not just communication, or the challenge is not just how to talk. The challenge is how to fulfill the target or how to achieve your sales target. So people are lacking over there. So why they are lacking? Those are the problem areas. So that's how we come up, and that's how I design my programs
Okay, nice.
and then deliver.
Wonderful. So means there are challenges. Like one challenge, maybe we are seeing like people must need to know communication skill, but actually they are facing in sales target or like the issue, the anxiety coming from there. So it's very important to understand where is the need and where we have to provide the solution. Wonderful strategy, wonderful thing you are doing. So, Preeti, like this meeting is actually getting over in 10 minutes, like 30. So, what we do, we join again in the Zoom call, okay, with the same link,
Okay.
and we start recording them.
Fine. Sure.
So, thank you so much, Preeti. Like, these are so many wonderful tips you have shared, and I think whoever is listening this will get benefited out of it. So, Preeti, like leaders, are readers, and as you have your author as well. So you before you write book, you have written book, so you have some experience, some challenges you have faced, becoming author. So before that, how was your journey, to be author? Because I have written some ebooks, not a proper physical book, but you have written physical books. So what was your journey for that?
Okay. Fine. As you said, a journey of being author. First of all, this is my first book. When I wrote this book, actually, I never thought of, yeah, this can be a book, because this is about French for beginners, which I had done. That was my first book. This book I designed by taking a short course, add-on course, where as I am a professor too. So taking this add-on course for my college, for my institution, as per the NAC guidelines, you can say. I decided the content, I created it, I created the strategy, everything, what should be the matter, all the things, everything is designed, the book cover and all. And the specialty of this book is it's in 3 language. Because as I said, this is French for beginners. When I was delivering the lectures, the sessions I was taking this training, obviously the word is in French, the meaning is in English, and how you're going to pronounce, that is the sound, phonetics. So I made it in Hindi. So I had written that. So the one who can refer after you finish the course, and I had gifted this also to all those, there were 30 participants in one of my batch. So I gifted them, and that's how it has come up. And I thought, yeah, it can be a book. And Himalaya Publishing House, they helped me to publish this book. And the story which I was saying, that this book I got in my hand as it was under publishing process on KBC set. And there is a signature of autograph of Amitabh Bachchan. I hope it is visible.
Yes,
So that's the autograph of Amitabh Bachchan. I was the person in the audience. I showed him this is a book, and I said, I'm a professor and I had designed this book, etc. All those details. And he was listening to me. Whole audience, everyone, the set was full of audience, so many people, and he was just talking to me. So that was one of the beautiful thing happened. Meanwhile, after writing this book, yes, I felt like really I have achieved the milestone. But then when I came into this journey of corporate training and all, then I realized as I told you, I was started doing a podcast about our day-to-day life problems. So this is my second book, which is recently got published, and it is available on all e-platforms, on Amazon, on Kindle, and other online platforms also. So this, I thought, there are various dots in our life, in and around for us. We don't know, and we keep thinking from where should I start or how should I start? Why should I start? So start asking yourself what you want, why you want, then you will get the answer, how you will get that. That's why I wrote the title as Connecting Dots. The magical journey of transformation begins here. So it took me around at least 8 months to write this book. I had converted my podcast also at which I was saying. I got the idea ki why not I convert that podcast, because in my podcast I was talking about three techniques. So this book is not about story. This book is about realistic experience and realistic incidences of each and everyone's life. So everyone can resonate, whether you are a business owner, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are working somewhere under in any organization or connected to any institution. The main thing is, or you're a housewife or you're a student, so it is helpful for everyone. As I have taken, like, first chapter I can show you, it is about dopamine, the power of dopamine. I started with dopamine. What is dopamine? It is a kind of chemical which is released in our brain, and that is a kind of hormone which gives stimulates happiness. So how to remain happy or how to be positive? So that is the thing written in this, how you can remain happy by doing small things. So three techniques for each chapter. There are only 11 chapters, starting with dopamine, ending with gratitude. So
Okay.
I have ended with gratitude, and I have mentioned the chapter one of the chapter is manifestation also. I believe in that. People believe or not, I don't know. But manifestation means doesn't mean that you have to sit and say, let this magic happen. I allow this magic in my life and the magic is happening. No. If you're just sitting idle and saying this won't happen. This was the magic in my life. It happened and it is there in front of you all, because actions, because clarity of thoughts, because right way of setting the goals, and right resources to be followed to complete it or to get to the end result, and my manifestation as well as my belief in myself and in God or in universe, you can say. That's how it comes.
So how you researched, like as you mentioned, three techniques you have, podcast you have changed into it. So it's wonderful, like manifested and true inspiration, I can say, for everyone who is watching, because it is inspiration for me as well. Like like books. When we do books, it is like a legacy. Like legacy remained.
Right.
We do books. So it's like author, I can understand. It is like take effort. It's like connection, our own experiences, and from other experiences, what we have learned. So in your journey, you have researched, right? You have researched like French book and this book. So how you have researched? Like you have read some books or articles or some any mentors will help anything?
Yes, Shweta. I have right now, there are n number of mentors. I believe anyone and everyone who teaches us or we learn something from them, they are my mentor. So I have one mentor that is called as, I have done my certification from LPCC. So my one of the mentor is Nitesh Gowde, who had started that LPCC. So I keep learning from him. I was totally overwhelmed by his gesture, the way he used to say, the way he says and the way he guides. Then life is one of the mentor for all of us, obviously, and obviously our parents are there, as well as family support. And in BNI also, I got one mentor. So right now I'm working with them. So this is what, and reading books, listening to all those people. So like there are all those great people or all those successful people. If you'll see their journey, I just love to see their journey. I just love to listen or find out what all things they are doing. And I try to implement one fourth at least of that. So if they are doing reading, they might have read so many books. I try to do a few books. So read a few books or listen or audio books and all. Any way, whichever I can complete that. So I'm trying to do that. So I can say I'm doing one fourth of all those successful people. So listening from everyone. So all those like Gaur Gopal Das, Sudha Murthy, even I feel they are the good mentors. They are setting the right example. And one of them is, again, I feel that I'm also one of them, Dr. Preeti Hamdagni, who is helping people and creating the impact. I met today one interesting personality. She is also one of the, in a way, a mentor for me, or a example for me, idol for me. That is Shweta Bajaj, whom I'm interacting right now. So like this, I come up, all those people, I learn from them. I try to get good things, good habits, not fully. So one for that list, I'll start to implement in my life. So slowly, slowly, I'll go to the full fraction,
Very
complete that full fraction.
wow, wonderful. So thank you so much. First of all, gratitude for that. And yes, on a journey, we can say we all are on our journey. And somehow we are for each other example. We are learning from each other. So Preeti, you have mentioned, like mentors are lot. Everyone is mentor, and we have learned from them. One thing also you have mentioned clarity of thoughts. Like proper resources, clarity of thoughts, right strategy, and then we can reach out there. So, how to make that clarity of thought? How to find out right resources? Because sometimes people are stuck. They want to achieve something they do not want to. They are not able to achieve. So, what do you think?
As you said, the answer is in your question itself, your last line. People are stuck, they want to achieve so many things, but they are not able to achieve. First of all, what they want to achieve, they need to write down. Make a list of what all things they want to achieve. Then start asking towards it why they want to achieve. So write down the reasons for each. Then start asking them 7 times why, until and unless you get a stronger why. So the moment you will get a strong reason to find out, yes, I need, then they will understand out of 10 things they made, they want to achieve 2 things, and which is very important for them. That's how they can come up and they can get the clarity of thoughts. And then once you know, I need to work on these 2 things out of 10. So how do I achieve, or how do I get the things? What are the resources? Start asking few questions. So the right questions, or the set of right questions, will lead you to the end result. That is clarity of thoughts and achieving success, or completing your, or accomplishing the goals.
Asking right questions. So, how to ask right questions?
Like, go to small kid, tell that kid, this is what I want to do. That kid will help you, because they have n number of thoughts and n number of questions. They don't understand anything. They will help you, because being grown up now, we have stopped asking the questions to ourselves, or for each and everything. Ask them, go to them, you will get the answer. So what are the questions? And automatically, when you will start answering them, you will come up, or you will end up to the right answer. Like for example, um, suppose a person makes a goal of earning 1 crore in a month, in 1 month, business revenue. And right now the person is earning, hardly making 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs or so. So do you think immediately, if you'll ask, okay, you are setting a goal that is called as 1 crore or 2 crore or maybe 5 crore. Maybe from 1 to 5 crore you want to go. So you're setting a goal. Why you want 5 crore? What all things you will be doing with that? Write down the answers. Then why you want to do this? Okay, so this is going to impact, this is going to help you to expand your business. So that you want to expand your business, you want to create the technology, you want to give the certain things written to the community, to the people. That's how you will start getting answer. So now for that 5 crore, to reach that 5 crore, first I need to concentrate on 1 crore. So 1 crore, within how many days I can do, I can accomplish. And for that, how many people I need to talk, how many people I need to meet. At least I need to meet 1,000 people, 1,000 right people. For that 1,000 right people, maybe you have to meet 10,000 people, or you have to find out 10,000 database or connects. How you will do that? You need to start delegating the work. You need to start asking the people. You need to enroll or get connected to the right organization. This is how you can do that. As well as when you will start asking all these questions, you will start getting the answers. So when you are doing this, automatically the list is so big, it will start cutting down, 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 and it will give you the result what you're asking for.
Right. Like goals are big, then you have to shorten it up and, longer,
Yeah.
smaller region. What we have to see. Wonderful.
So
Like,
your first goal,
Mhm.
your goal that is a bigger goal is 5 crore. You have to divide it into at least 10 parts.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
When you will divide, at least try to do this for every goal. You want to complete one book, reading of one book. There are how many pages? 100 pages, 2 page each day. Do that and your goal is achieved. Then you can go for the next book. This is how you can do.
Nice. It's like mantra, or you can say secret we can do and we can try. But main thing is action, right? Like action, when we find out purpose, when we find like, yes, I have to make a 5 crore or 9 CR, 5 CR, then 1 CR, how to achieve it, and then further 50 lakhs or like these things. Action is the key. There sometimes when we are doing action, we stuck. There also stucking happen and people like demotivate, they do not want to take action. So how you tackle this situation?
I meet all those people, those who are growing and doing n number of things in their life, and they are going towards success. And that's how the moment I stop or I get demotivated, again I am charged up. So that is one of the way. Second way is having a right mentor and coach, because that mentor or the coach will keep pushing you. Like best example is our World Cup. This World Cup, last time we missed the World Cup, but this World Cup we could get that, and we are happy. We are celebrating it. Not just one day effort. It was continuous effort of all the team members, not one person. There was a coach who was continuously pushing them, Rahul Dravid. There were team members. They were struggling. They were tirelessly working or showing their efforts to reach the milestone. So that is how everyone has to be there. Keep trying, keep going ahead. And then if you stop, someone is there to push you. So Rahul Dravid was there to push them. So consistency, coaching, continuous training, continuous practicing, preaching those what you have learned and taking actions help them to reach there. So that is how we can go.
Nice. So it's like we have to work on it, and for that, coach, mentor, and your own dedication. You own yourself. Self motivation, inner drive can help us to reach. So wonderful. So Preeti, like these are the wonderful answers you have given us. Now, last few questions which I want to ask you. Like first is you have coaching and you have shared like these people you coach. How people can reach out to you if they want to connect with you or collab with you? Then how they can reach out to you?
Yeah, there are many ways. As I said, I'm there on LinkedIn also. We met through LinkedIn platform. So one is LinkedIn. The other is BNI also there. The third is on YouTube and on Instagram. You can post or write a comment, and then that's how we can get connected. And in person, I'm there. I'm from Mumbai. So you can reach out to me and we can go forward, or we can think to collab and grow.
Wonderful. So I'm looking forward to collab as well.
Yeah, obviously. I would love to be.
Absolutely. So, and other than that, like Preeti, one message you want to give to every woman entrepreneur or person who is struggling, even they are earning, if they have leadership capability, they are great leaders of future. They are earning maybe 10K or maybe 5K. They are in their initial internship or job phase and they want to build their business maybe in some time. So for those people
Hmm.
who are struggling, what message you want to give?
One message is that, first of all, whatever you're doing, keep continue. But if you're not happy, try to find out what are the things which you would love to do and which gives you happiness. Like if you're talking about business, if you're talking about hobbies, if you're writing those hobbies like dancing, for example, dancing, cooking, singing, yoga, Zumba, coaching, training, listening, reading, n number of things are there. Write it down, list it, see how you can convert them into business. And when that is your passion, you will be always happy. Yes, struggle is there. So if you're thinking I won't have to struggle and everything will happen easily, that is not the case. कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है। और वो महाभारत में भी कहा है, या फिर गीता में कहा गया है, महाभारत से ज्यादा गीता में कहा गया है कि कर्म करता जा, फल की अपेक्षा मत कर। बट कर्म सही ढंग से करो, फल अपने आप मिलता जाएगा। दैट इज व्हाट आई वुड लाइक टू सी। डोंट गिव अप एंड बी कॉन्फिडेंट।
Thank you so much, Preeti, for being here and for accepting and coming on this platform, sharing with us your key insights. And this definitely helps people to grow in their career, to grow in their business, and leaders who want to achieve something to maintain their mental fitness. So thank you so much, and thank you everyone for watching this show. I hope you enjoyed this show and interaction with Preeti. And we are coming up with next show with next speaker. So thank you. Thank you, Preeti.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you so much.